All right, we're gonna do some press-free litho, and we've already taken an image and we burned it onto our vinyl plates, our Smart Plate or Pronto Plate, whatever product you buy. We've cured it so it's ready to go. We have some black etching ink and just a little bit of Vaseline. We're just gonna soften it up, make it a little bit buttery. So we're gonna take our stiffer etching ink and we're gonna add just a little bit of Vaseline to it. And we're just gonna soften that up. If you add too much of the Vaseline, unfortunately, the ink and everything just starts falling apart, meaning it won't hold together and it will make a mess for you. So introduce small amounts at a time until it gets really kind of soft and buttery. Easy to ink up, that's what we want. We have 2 sponges. We have our bowl. This is our fountain. Dry bowl in that. And we have emergency for those that are feeling a little bit under the weather. The fountain solution for this is mostly vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid really. And I found that there's a lot of that in here. And you could even do a splash of gum arabic if you should have it, or a little bit of syrup. So we're just gonna do probably about half. And it fizzes up and goes right into your fountain. We're ready to roll. So 2 sponges. We're gonna add a little bit of water down to create a vacuum on the glass. Dump always into your dump bowl. And what you want is the smallest amount of water. If you have too much water, the ink can't do what it needs to do. And so we have a little bit of brayer, a little baby brayer, and I'm just gonna spread enough ink that we're at about a texture of velvet right there. We're gonna make it a little bit, not orange peel, but a little bit on the higher side. We're gonna hear that sizzling bacon sound. Okay? Our plate, the only thing that's stopping it from just filling in is that small amount of moisture again. So we're gonna sponge it, hit it with our dryer sponge, and now we're ready to roll. Do not press down, the water is what's keeping it, but we're gonna just roll out our plate. If you start seeing it grab, warm it up. There's a little bit of moisture in it. Just run it back and forth until it dries itself out. See, it's starting to dry out and scum up. So if that's the case, just add a little bit more moisture, not a lot. And you can snap it back to a better existence. So snap it a little bit quicker of a pass, and it just cleans all the nonsense up. So again, dry out our roller a little bit because of the water. Now we're gonna do this right again. A little bit of water. And now we're gonna roll. And it's looking great. What I'm looking at is kind of a velvet texture on our plate. A little bit of water. It looks great. I'm gonna hit it just with a little bit, just snap it a little bit, just kind of clean things up a little bit. All right, we are looking ready to print. So I'm gonna do one final. You can see how shiny the ink looks. I have this great generous amount of ink on. It's just gonna allow you to print a little bit easier. So a little bit of the water again across it, or fountain. Sponge it down, and we are ready to print. So now, we have the paper today that we're gonna print on is Arches 88, very absorbent paper, no sizing. It's just gonna allow that ink to go in. And so we are gonna take our plate, And we're going to lay it on our paper. And I'm just going to get a Baron. Now we have the Baron, and we're just going to run that over. It's a little bit wet on this side, which makes it a little bit resistant to me burnishing. Get it? So we will take a shop towel. Okay. There we go. A little bit of a drier plate on the back, a lot easier to work with. So you could let it dry a little bit when you're doing this. Now, that was you can do a wooden doorknob. You can do a wooden spoon. And now you can do a metal spoon because you can really get kind of the printing on this as well. When you're not using your fountain, you can bottle it up and reuse it. Just put it in the fridge and just keep reusing it. I'm keeping my hands on it, so I don't want the plate to really bounce or move on me or vibrate. You'll get better the more you do this kind of work. I imagine you can even peek at it just to give yourself a little hint what's going on. Looks really good. If there are areas that are just not treating you the same, you can just burnish back a little bit more. I think it looks really good. All right, and now for our reveal today for you guys. Hang on, sorry. Skeleton leg needs a little work. Almost there though. All right, back to it. Sorry about the tease. Here we go.